Hi there guys, it's Pip here from pipweekly.com. I just want to do a really quick video today. So today it's actually the 10th of December and I know you're receiving the Christmas videos. I hope you're enjoying them. Obviously leave me any comments on those, any improvements as well, because you know I am new to this kind of thing. But something I wanted just to share with you today. So I've had a pretty turbulent past few days. You know, it's that time of year for us where we're all gearing up towards Christmas supposedly, and you know the weather in England has not been particularly great. You can't hear it now, but there is. It's gone a little bit quieter, but there's a storm going on, and it's really noisy. You can feel at certain points the house move. You know, I live not too far from the coast, from the north coast. You know, and you know there's wind and rain. It's battering it. I don't know whether you can hear it on this video. So the past few days have been a bit of an eye-opener. So I was looking online basically, and I was looking for a way to rejoin the National Trust. So for those of you who know me, I left the National Trust, which is a conservation charity in England and in the UK, and really I left because I couldn't find a pathway. I miss the place where I worked quite a lot. I did try and pop back and see the guys. They're all, you know, lovely, and they've made a real impact on my life, and I don't think I've ever really told them that, but they are pretty awesome people. You know, they're doing what they do because that's what they want to do. They're not doing it for the money, although I'm sure that's useful, but they're doing it because that's what I suppose they were called on to do. And many people have told me their story, and I was going through a lot of turbulence in this past couple of days looking through the job, because I found a job and it was with another property close by, and I was like, oh, you know, I haven't earned a lot this year, and I could really do with something that would give me the funds to just feel a lot more stable about myself. I was driving home yesterday from shopping, and it just hit me all of a sudden that I couldn't look after my family, and I would just burst into tears basically in the car. You know, this year I've tried so many different jobs, and it really hit me that I haven't had a set pathway or a way to really take control of anything, really, my finances, my life, any of it. And I do struggle with that, and I think we all struggle at times. There's very few people, I think, who genuinely know exactly where they're going, because we're not taught this in school, and it really bothers me that people struggle, even though maybe like me they've had the best education possibly that they could ever ask for. You know, I had some really fantastic teachers, and I was lucky to enjoy learning, and I was lucky to be naturally good at learning. And I look back, and when I left school, really I think I fell off the precipice in a way, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and it's resulted in me having basically a lot of minimum wage jobs, and I was really struggling in this year because I haven't earned a lot. So this is causing quite a lot of turbulence, because of the way I was feeling instinctively towards the job. I was like, oh, do I apply, do I not, do I apply, do I not? And the more I read into it, I realised how much that this job would kind of take out of my life, and that's really the wrong attitude to have, because you want to give towards something. But it created a lot of turbulence, and I suppose the thing that resulted from that is I really had to sit down and think about things. And you know, so far I've been struggling so much that, you know, my business mentors always tell me to have a vision and have a vision board, and you know, if you've watched The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, which is about the law of attraction, you can watch that free on YouTube. There's a guy in there who wrote Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul, I can't remember, Jack Canfield, and he, you know, was it Jack Canfield? Yeah, he put some money on the ceiling so he'd see it when he woke up, and there's another guy who had a vision board and ended up buying his dream home that he'd actually, you know, stuck a picture of on the vision board. But I think really my life changed in that couple of hours, I suppose, because I really realised that it was about giving, and I've been so wrapped up in myself this year because, as Tony Robbins said, I was listening to him recently on a free YouTube video. He was talking about how when you don't have enough money, you're put into survival mode, and yet when you have abundance, you're more likely to give because you're not having to concentrate on survival, and about how excess money really is a good thing because it creates that sense of security, so you're not worrying about it, so you can go and concentrate on other things like giving to other people. He said whenever he sees lack, he sees people commit crime, he sees desperation, he sees negative emotions. He says that lack actually doesn't bring out the best in people, and yet a lot of people are kind of worried about making more money. Anyway, though, it was a real lesson to me, and I think as well I realised that you have to learn what you're passionate about. This year has been so good for me because having left my place of work and done so many different jobs, I realised actually that was the place that I was passionate about, and I think I knew that at the time. I just wasn't passionate about the job that I was doing when I was there. But I was thinking John Denver, country roads, and it talks about the mountains and the rivers, and the place where I worked was full of mountains and rivers and just very beautiful spots. Not so beautiful when it's stormy, very cold and dark and exposed, and I don't know, it was a huge learning curve, and I just really want to share that with you. So if you ever have that revelation, it is pretty good because you do realise how kind of focused on yourself you've been. Every morning I wake up and I feel bad about how much I've earned and what am I going to do about it, to give me the choices in the future that I feel I need. And it has, I think it's a good change of perspective. I hope that learning to give more will make me a better person. I think that listening to Tony Robbins, because Tony Robbins, he obviously earns a lot of money, but he's talking about one day when he was on the stage, and I think someone came up to him and was like, Tony, you've hit like the 1,000 mark on some kind of investment you made, and he was like, oh wow, cool, and then he went straight back to what he would love doing. So yeah, I just wanted to share that insight with you today, that I think that I didn't understand that life is about sharing, and I know I've listened to a lot of gurus and I wasn't really getting it, but I really want to share that with you today. That's all from me. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.